Torres del Paine National Park is located south of Los Glaciares National Park, but we have to take a circuitous route to get there. We stopped to watch an Andean condor along the way. These huge birds have a wingspan of 9 to 10 feet and weigh up to 33 pounds. They're among the longest-lived birds with a lifespan of over 70 years. Our driver says gas is more expensive in Chile, so we stopped to gas up at a truck stop named Esperanza, hope in English. A herd of rhea chicks run alongside the road before their father turns them into a field. Legend has it that the discovery of this rhea was a pivotal moment for Charles Darwin as he formed his ideas on natural selection. We crossed the border into Chile at Rio Gallegos. Then it's time for lunch. Finally, at a little after 3 in the afternoon, we get a good look at the Piney Massif at the center of the national park. Torres del Paine has some of the most unique and beautiful landscapes in the world. The Piney Massif is a heavily eroded laccolith, a dome that forms when lava is injected between 2 layers of sedimentary rock. The park is named for these 3 granite peaks, the Towers of Piney. Piney means blue in the local indigenous language, and in fact, on cloudy days, the mountains have a blue appearance. These peaks are named the Horns of Piney. The dark rock at the top is sedimentary rock, and the light-colored rock is granite igneous rock. The same strata is visible near the Towers of Piney. The eruption that formed the massif has been dated between 5 and 23 million years ago. The massif was heavily eroded by glaciers over millions of years, resulting in the spires, cirques, valleys, and lakes we see today. This is Piney Grande. At 9,462 feet, it's the highest peak on the massif. On clear mornings, the towers light up in the golden light. The snow-covered peak at the left is Admiral Nieto Mountain, and to the right of the towers is Condor's Nest. To the west of the Massif is the southern end of the southern Patagonian ice field we visited in Los Glaciares. Looking north, we see the mountains of Los Glaciares National Park in the distance. The glaciers that shaped this land left behind glacial lakes that are a counterpoint to the craggy peaks. Lago Sarmiento is the largest lake in the park. Rio Piney starts in Lago Dixon in the north and runs through several glacial lakes before emptying into the Pacific Ocean. Lake Sarmiento is deep blue because it's rain-fed, unlike the milky blue of the glacier-fed lakes. Largo Nordenskjold is named for an early explorer and is glacier-fed. Largo Amarga is a bluish green due to its high alkaline content, and there are countless glacial tarns that reflect the mountain landscape. The Rio Piney is the largest river in the park. The Piney Cascade is a picturesque waterfall on the Piney River. In the morning and sometimes in the late afternoon, depending on the atmospheric conditions, lenticular clouds form around the massif. You can almost think that it's an invasion of UFOs from some other dimension. That brings us to the flora and fauna of Torres del Paine. It's late spring in the southern hemisphere, and there are plenty of flowers in bloom. And with the flowers and the berries come the butterflies and the birds. The wetlands and small ponds host a variety of water birds. The black-necked swan is the largest waterfowl native to South America. Unusual for waterfowl, both parents will regularly carry their cygnets on their back. We watched a small drama play out with this little gray fox kit. He followed his mother as she left to go hunting. She ordered him back to the den. The problem was we were between him and his den. He cautiously made his way down the hill, across the road, and into his den while we watched. The only thing cuter than a fox kit is a chalingo, a baby guanaco. It looks like a good year for guanaco here in Torres del Paine. They're all over and they look healthy. Guanacos live in herds made up of females and their young and a dominant male. Bachelor males make up a separate herd. Wolfgang tries to keep us all together and quiet so we can get as close as possible to the herd. The technique works well, but we took too many guanaco pictures. And the little ones are really, really cute. So what eats guanaco? Puma, or what we call cougar. One objective of this trip is to see the elusive cat. We were lucky to hire a ranger who knew where they might be. They're wide-ranging and spend most of their time sleeping. He found these pumas for us, and once we found them with our cameras, we thought there were 2, then 3, and finally a mother with 3 18-month-old cubs, almost as big as she is. They're a long way off and on private land, so this is about as close as we're going to get. Our timing is good. They're just waking up and heading to a sunny spot higher up on the hill. One by one, the cubs join their mother. They spot a lone guanaco about 200 yards away. We watched as they started to hunt, spreading out across the hillside. Then the guanaco bounded off. There have been a lot of highlights on this trip to South America, but seeing 4 pumas hunting was near the top of the list. Back in the lodge, we have our last dinner. Tomorrow we start the long trip home. We end the night at the Pionero Bar, toasting the trip with Calafate sours.